Alright, Screaming Demons RC, Sdrc. Back in the shop today. I've got a little bit of work to do on the Slash 4-wheel drive. Last time I was out here with the crew driving it, we were doing big backflips and stuff off the ramps. And I came down pretty hard on the throttle on the front end here and smashed out one of my drive shafts. These are the drive shafts from TRAXXAS. Here's a new set here. Front and rear, all four. So anyway, I thought, okay, I smashed out the front drive shaft. No problem. Well, lame. I'm going to have to buy some parts. So I went online and looked, and the best I could find was the price was for a set of 4. And I won't tell you the price because it was kind of ridiculous. But I had to kind of have them because I had a complete set all around on this truck, and they're pretty strong. So I ordered the set of 4, and they got here, and I was happy with them because they're brand new and they're great. They're great drive shafts. They're nice. They got rubber boots all around. They're telescopic ones. They're actually pretty hardened metal too, so they're pretty good. As you can see, though, they're not good enough for the SD compound with what I was doing. So I've decided. Oh, and so before we get too far in this, ends up, I go and get the truck and I take it all apart, and I'm looking her over, and I'm like, what? I got another broken one of these in the back. Come on, focus. So another one of these. This attaches to your diff right in here. I'll get down here and you can see. So it attaches in your diff right there, and that attaches to your drive shaft, obviously, to your wheel. And that was smashed and just broken right off, just like the front one. Why is my camera not like to focus on stuff, especially if there's stuff in the background? Let's focus here better. Bear with me. So I broke this one, so I'm lucky I got the whole complete set, backs and fronts, because it turns out I'm going to need one for the front and one for the back. And so I got the old ones here laid out. I'll be keeping those for parts because there's still some good parts in them. The axle stubs, the boots, the axles, there's a lot of good parts. The only thing that actually did break was the output, what do you call these? Output drive, the yokes, I guess, or the ball stud, whatever the hell you call them. Those are the only thing that broke on each drive shaft. So I mean, I think the front one got bent, the shaft got bent, but I can straighten that. I've got this real good way of doing that with a big sledgehammer. It's not really a sledgehammer, but it's about a 5-pound hammer. You got to hit the piss out of them. They're pretty hard, but it did straighten out because I bent it before, and then I bent it again. So like I said, I guess I'm not selling these too because they're kind of, I've blown apart the balls on these, blown the balls right apart. Not good. Plus, I've bent the shafts, these chrome shafts here. I've bent those too. And I've also, the axle studs at the ends where the pin goes through the axle stud, I've actually broken out the pin area, so the pin will no longer stay in one of those. And that was actually on the front. And that was about 2 months ago, I guess I did that. Fixed it. Bought new axle stubs. Sorry, it would be this one right here. This is the new one. New axle stub in there. And then I proceeded to break the other end. So maybe it already had fractures. But I did come down pretty hard on that landing of the backflip. And I was off a big ramp here at the compound. And since then, and seeing the damage here I've caused, I'm going to convert this Slash 4-wheel drive, instead of a basher, outright basher, which would do everything, I'm going to take it back to its roots and put it back on the track. And I've got a rear bumper and the front bumper from the Slash Ultimate or whatever they are coming on order. So I'm going to put this back to a short course truck and leave it for the track, SD compound track, Funk Factory track, and whatever other track I can make my way to. Basically, though, this is no longer going to be a hardcore basher, and its days with the ramps are done, I think. Which is okay, because right over here, in one of my upcoming videos I'll be doing, will be the full, refit and rebuild of the ARRMA TYPHON 6S here. It's got a lot of new parts I've got to go into it. As you can see right here. Big bag of new parts, just stuffed full, this bag of all sorts of goodies and stuff in there. Hop ups from the TLR edition for the ARRMA TYPHON. That's Team Losi Racing. They've revamped a bunch of the parts and made some really nice stuff, as you can see in the bag there. I don't know if my camera's going to focus on this. My camera pisses me off. If I don't figure that out, I'm going to be buying a new one. But I got a lot of parts in there that are going to be going into this, make it a bit tougher, a bit lighter. I also got this here that's going to be in a future video coming up. This is the VITAVON bulkhead, gearbox bulkhead for the ARRMA 6S line. This one's going into the TYPHON right here. As you can see, there is some epoxy on there, that white grayish stuff on the bulkhead there. That's holding my bulkhead together until I got this new VITAVON one in stock, and it'll be going in soon. I also got one for the Creighton 6S. I'll be putting that in my Creighton, doing a video on that. So you make sure you guys keep watching for these videos I'm putting out. I appreciate all of you watching it, subscribing, and all that stuff. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you stop, take a second there, and hit that subscribe button for me, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I will be showing you what it's like all put back together, but obviously it's just drive shafts. It's going to be drive shafts in the truck, so nothing exciting there to see, but I will do a bit of a clip at the end of the video here showing you what it's all like back together. All right, I've got the new rear drive shaft and front drive shaft installed. These are the heavy duty TRAXXAS ones. The same ones I use in the X01 supercar. I'm using in my Slash 4-wheel drive. I'm not sure if they come in one of the Slash 4-wheel drive models, maybe the Platinum or one of the higher end Slash 4-wheel drive versions. I'm not sure. But they fit right in and they go perfect. Like I said, I've broken a couple of parts of them, but I'm also a pretty hard basher. So I think if you're, a light to medium basher, these things will last you just fine. If you're an extremely hard basher, you might want to look into MIP, X Duty. Those are the heavy duty ones made by MIP, and I've never really had a problem with those. I know there's a couple guys that I know that have broken some of those components on the MIPs, but overall they are very durable. So if you're looking at drive shafts, check out these ones from TRAXXAS. I picked mine up on eBay off a dealer there, and they were from the US and brought into Canada. Like I said, they were not cheap, but they were actually cheaper than going the MIP route, which I believe MIP would be around $180 to $200 for the complete set of 4. I think I paid, don't quote me here, but I believe it was $133 or something like that for the set of 4 of these TRAXXAS heavy duties. So I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to, before the end of this video, I'm going to try and stick in the add-on when the new bumpers, the front and rear short course bumpers come in. I'll try and get those put on and have those at the end of this video if possible. If not, this will be the end of the video, and thanks for watching again and subscribing if you are, and if not, get out there and subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. It's Sdrc, Screaming Demons RC. We are out.